Mr. Strick, thank you very much for the tour. The house is definitely in immaculate condition. Beautiful entrance as soon as you enter the house. The main entrance is beautiful with natural light as well, with diamond grille door that will definitely be appealing for the buyers. Now, the living room here is beautiful. Three big windows that will give a lot of natural light, and I'm sure the buyer will appreciate it, and that will increase the value of the house. Beautiful open kitchen, electric cooktop with ample storage. And Mr. Strick, is this the fridge that we talk about living as a chattel when we sell the house? Oh, that's great. It is. Okay, look, the fridge looks lovely. The buyer will definitely appreciate it. Open space, open dining area, and everything is in immaculate condition. Okay, Mr. Strick, the house is a beautiful brick veneer construction. I mean, strong as it could be. The house got a beautiful collarbone roof, which is definitely very appealing for the buyers, and it gives a good street appeal as well. All right, Mr. Strick, talking about the chattels and fixtures. Fixtures are something that's screwed on the wall or that's screwed on the ground that you cannot take with you. But chattels are something that can be taken off, and when you sell the house, you can take it with you. When talking about chattels during listing the property, you mentioned that you're going to leave that fridge, so we put it as a chattel that you can leave. So look, the house is, talking about the condition of the house. The house is pretty immaculate. There are a couple of things that you could do. Just a fresh coat of paint in the house would definitely be appealing for the buyers, and it will, I think, increase the value of the house as well. Talking about the size and configuration of the house, master bedroom on the one side, and the other bedroom on the other side, that will give a lot of privacy for the parents and the kids, and I think the parents and the kids, they both appreciate the layout and configuration of the bed. Talking about the location, look, Mr. Strick, this house is in a fantastic spot, close to all the public school down the road, that make it really appealing for the buyers, and public transport just to walk away. So I think it's a good thing. We could get a good price for the house. Talking about heating and cooling, Mr. Strick, I can see you got ducted throughout the house. Is it heating or cooling or both? Oh, it's both. Okay, that's lovely. With Queensland summer and Queensland winter, that will definitely add the value for the house, and the buyers would definitely love it. Talking about energy efficiency, Mr. Strick, I noticed you got solar in the house, all the solar panels in the house. It gives a lot of buyers that positive vibe that they don't have to fork out the electricity bill. Have you got all your electricity bills, so we could compare it and we could put it in when we do an open house? That will definitely be something that the buyers want to look at. So if not, it's okay. We can just count the number of panels and advertise it, saying, look, this many panels in the house. The other thing, Mr. Strick, is about hazard. Yes, the house is pretty clean and pretty in good condition, but what I would suggest is you keep all the kids' toys away when we do an open house and inspection. Also, make sure there's no water or anything on the floor to make it a slip hazard. We all want to be safe, and we all want to comply with the workplace health and safety requirements. So I'll definitely do a tour before the open house, and I'll make sure that there is nothing as such that would be a hazard for the buyers and us as well, and everybody. Now, the other thing, the material factor, we're talking about if the building is code compliant or if there is any other structures that needs approval from the council. I noticed the pergola at the back, you said was done after the house was built, and do you have the council approval for that, Mr. Strick? Oh, you do. That's great. Look, the other thing we need to check is the smoke alarm, because there was recently a regulation change about the smoke alarm, so we want to make sure that we are compliant with the regulation about the smoke alarm. It's a pretty big thing. I mean, we can get an electrician to come and check and make sure we're compliant with the legislation, because it's a big thing in Queensland about the legislation. We can go and check in the switch box and see if we could get through, or if not, if you could let me know, I can provide you a couple of electricians which we work on a regular basis, and they're pretty good. Talking about the neighboring property, Mr. Strick, one of the best thing I noticed in here is all the houses here are in a very good condition, maintained really well, and it looks like a owner-occupier area, which would definitely be appealing to the buyers, and I think that's a good thing that you are in such a spot. And also being in the catchment of the local public school, it's very appealing for the buyer, and obviously it will help us get a better deal from the buyers.